Liddy had remarked on the phone to her just last week that it seemed Maddie had been invaded by an alien body snatcher who had only one expression, sullen, and only one word of English, no. And while Rose laughed politely, she wished Liddy and Peter would talk about it. She saw how they both mourned the passing of their perfect little boy, and how hard they found this teenage stranger, full of new hairs and hormones, to deal with. By contrast, Rose had come to learn that her ability not to lose her temper with Maddie might be directly to do with her not having given birth to him. She did not take his outbursts personally because she did not see his behavior as any reflection on her own. "Come on, hurry! I packed your school bag, I charged your phone. Don't forget to tell Miss Walsh you need an afternoon slot for your piano lesson next week. And you've lost your library book, so I've stuck $20 in your jacket pocket to cover it." He shook his head and grunted something unintelligible before picking the duvet up off the floor, rolling onto his side and curling into a ball underneath it. "Maddie," she said, exasperated. "Can Dylan and Jack come over tonight?" came his muffled response. "Yes, if their parents text me. You have to get up now." Suddenly, from downstairs, the front door swung open. "Rose!" At his father's voice, Maddie leapt out of bed, picked his clothes off the floor, and hurried into the bathroom, not quite so teenage yet as to brave paternal wrath first thing. Rose came down the stairs once more. Peter was standing in the doorway, hangdog. Rose smiled. "You didn't have to come back," she said. "I wanted to say I'm sorry." "No, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have been reading it. It was insensitive." "I can't believe she said that. It's so personal. And in the Times." But it was the truth, and they both knew it. They just wanted it unsaid. Liddy had not just blithely broken Peter's heart, she had shattered it. But Rose had spent a year picking up the tiny pieces so the two of them could stick it back together. "She makes me look like a schmuck." "She thinks I'm wonderful," Rose dared, and wrapped her arms around his neck. "Something must have happened," said Peter. "It doesn't sound like her." "What are you talking about?" said Maddie from the bathroom door, a toothbrush sticking out the side of his white, frothy mouth. "Your mother gave an interview that upset me, and I overreacted," Peter announced. Rose smiled forgivingly and hoped Maddie would appreciate what a fine example of taking responsibility for negative emotions his father was giving him. "Is it the broke your heart thing? Mom told me about that. She said she was sorry. She was in a funny mood that day, and she probably made a complicated situation look simple." He went back to the sink. This was followed by the exuberant gargling and spitting noises he had been told innumerable times to avoid, but Rose and Peter were too intrigued by his comment to admonish him. "I love you," said Rose to Peter. "Go, or you'll be late." In the background now, the sound of Maddie pissing, like a horse, onto a metal gate. "Close the door, for Christ's sake," shouted Peter, then whispered, "How do you put up with us, Rose? And why are you seeing the doctor?" He pulled her close, his hand rested gently on her hip. "Annual physical. My age, my knee." "Is it the change of life, Rosie?" said Maddie, emerging, a slick of hair gel plastering his fringe to his forehead. "Melinda's mom's having that, and she's turned into a monster." "Come on, son," said Peter, chivying the boy out the door before they could find out if this might be the morning Rose's legendary placidity deserted her. "I know you haven't eaten, so I'll buy you a bun on the way." "Cool," the boy grinned, suddenly looking like a little child again. It was so confusing, this cusp time, thought Rose, for Maddie and for her. He was quite right, of course. The change was coming. She had been feeling it for the last couple of months. The two of them were trapped in their mutating bodies, wrestling with the extraordinary confusion of feeling young while growing older. "I resent so much of our time being taken up talking about her. That's it, really," Peter said quietly. "I know," Rose replied, and he left again, Maddie in tow. Although Rose did indeed resent having to talk about Liddy quite so much,